linkage between your work centers and the cost centers, where all the expenses. So basically, where all the expenses are captured, that's a cost center in the business terminology. I will not go into the SAP terminology. SAP में क्या है? At least from the business side, you need to understand work center is a machine or a group of machines, right? And a cost center where all the expenses has been booked together, that's a cost center. Now this group and machine, how it is linked with the cost center, how the both things need to speak with each other. क्या linkage क्या है इनका? What is the linkage they have? The linkage is work center is machine. Machine is also expense. Machine is capturing a lot of expenses, right? And cost center has been built to to get together or to collect those expenses. So every machine or indirectly or group of machine, they would be having some expenses, right? The depreciation is expense for them, right? Consumption which is happening, the consumables are going into the machine. That's expense for it. So every machine would be having those expenses too. So to collect those expenses, it need to be associated with the cost center. So that a cost element is there which will be collecting all the expenses, all the cost which is occurring to a machine or a group of machines. Now you tell me how many cost center we can assign to a work center?
One.
One. So one work center can be associated with one cost center. How many work centers can be associated to a cost center? How many work center can be associated to a cost center?
Many, if it's
Many,
under the
multiple.
same company.
So here there can be multiple cost center. Work center 1, work center 2, work center 3, right? But one work center cannot be linked with the two cost center. This is not possible. You need to always think about this linkages, okay, when you're taking this call. And this question can be asked into the interviews also, the what is the linkage, one to many or many to one between the work center and cost center. Now cost center would be telling that cost center would be telling you basically the activity rates. Work center would be telling you that actual or planned number of hours. And this data would be helping you to calculate to make sure your production orders are scheduled, to do the capacity calculation. And third is the costing. So costing is a link between a work center and the cost center. Activity rates are coming from the cost center. So whenever you are in a project where basically you are deciding, and this mistake happen in many projects I have seen. PP guys, they sit with the production team, they identify what is work center, group of work center, and they decide, okay, these would be my work centers. And based on that, they started creating their master data. You need to make sure that the call that how many different work centers would be created need to be taken with the association with FICO team, because they need to give a cost center for it. Let's say it happens with us in a project, a group of 8 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines, which was producing the different concrete elements. To simplify the production processes, production team identified and created a single work center for it. And another discussion happened within the finance team, and they solely said that everything we want to capture the cost separately, and they have created a separate cost centers for each of these production lines. Now we have 9 cost centers and we have a single work center. That matching cannot happen. 9 cost center cannot be assigned to a single work center, right? So that's where basically a lot of conflict can come when you will try to work individually as a production team or work individually as a work center, as a finance team. So you need to make sure that the both teams work together to align whether we need a 9 work center here because costing team wants to capture separate data. They would be bringing up the separate activity rates for each of the line, or it need to be grouped together. Okay, it need to be grouped together. So this kind of decision makes sure that we involve our both of the teams to take a call that how many work centers, how many cost center, and how the association will happen. Okay, any questions till now? I hope you understand how the work center and the cost center would be linking with each other. What would be the linkage between the work center and cost centers?